Try Bitfinex as well. Can't find anything with a lot of data. That's the best one. Kamal Rocker, BTC entry. What does that mean? Dude, you asked me that before and I said just long. Now you're asking for an entry. This is probably the best chart crypto. Goes back to May, April. This one goes back to December. Where was it? December. There. December. December 19. December 19. Let's have a look at the log chart actually. Let's refresh that. December 19, 20. Somewhere there. All right. That's fine. Let me just quickly put my all-time low in. That's fine. All-time high should be the high of that range. No, what the hell? My bad. What's that? Alright, that's fine. So if you want to use a chart, just use this crypto chart. There's no volume though. That sucks. Why is there no volume? It's weird though, there's no volume on that chart. It's the right chart, but it's got no volume data, which sucks. So I'm gonna have to use another one. Let's try OKX as well. Let's try all of them. And Gate, KuCoin again. Okay, that's fine. KuCoin has got volume. Bittrex. Nope. Nope. Okay. Let's do that again. So I'll use the KuCoin chart instead. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just put the data back in. All-time high. That's correct. That's fine. Okay. So use the oh, you do have volume, huh? Dan is saying he's got volume. It doesn't really matter. KuCoin is fine. Do a range pool. Volume is in the lows. That's perfect. That's what you want to see. We're coming up to the value area high of the overall range. That's fine. Let me have a look at the yearly candles. A little bit of there's a yearly level up there. There's one down here. So that's basically your range. I think you can ignore the bottom, to be honest with you. Let me have a look at the rest of the candles. That's a really nice 6 monthly reversal candle. See that? Went down and then it closed higher. So you've basically reversed that candle, and now we're starting to make our way up. Bit of a lag. Okay. Let me just get my levels in just to see where the liquidity is. You've got a monthly level right at the top of the all-time high, and you've got one down here now, one here, one here at the yearly level. It's a really strong yearly level down here. I don't think we'll get down there, but you never know. I'll just update this range pool. I'll get these volume levels in as well. Value area high. Get the low in. It's good to get the value areas in, just in case the value area moves, you'll be able to see it. And then you've got the point of control, which is much lower down. It's fine. Let me just mark those off. Get rid of those. We get rid of this now. Let me just quickly have a look and see what the daily levels are like as well. It's washed. These are all washed. All of these are washed. There's one small one there. And there's a couple there. One up there. There's a few on the way. There's a little bit of resistance in this way. I don't really like these ones that are on the way. I like the ones where they turn at the top. That one's washed. Taps a level. That's basically tapped. That's the next one. It's a lot of daily levels to contend with on the way up. There's one at the top. Okay, that's fine. I think with these altcoins you could probably just focus on the weekly ones, to be honest with you, but I like to, it's good practice to have all of the levels just to see if you see any big areas of confluence. All right. That's the dailies. Let's go back to the 3-day just to kind of broaden it out a bit. Let me just get these volume and higher time frame. Okay, so there is a little bit of liquidity level on the way up. That's normal. I'm just trying to see if there was like a, it looks like there was, that was like the wave 3 potentially that's 1 2 3 1. it's not easy to see. Potentially your one starts here. One. Don't know. Potentially down to there somewhere. Something like that. I'll have to kind of look at it again to get finer detail, but I'm just kind of roughly looking at it. I think we're still, I don't know, was that the impulse in January? And now we're just correcting? It's possible. It's not really great. It's like, it is impulsive, but it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's possible. It's like a 5-wave down. There's possibly like a 5 waves here. I'm not fond of this wave 1. It's not crazy impulsive, but there was a little bit of a... Nah. I don't really like this wave 1, to be honest with you. Potentially that's your wave 1. This one here, because that was quite impulsive there. Potentially that. It's like a really poor 1. But then you had a really expansive 3. And that's your 2. A, B, C. It's like a really mediocre 1. Then you had this kind of crazy 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, A. Or just A, B, C. Maybe there. I've got a phone call. I have to take this, guys. Sorry. I'm going to have to cut this section. A really important phone call. So that's potentially, I don't know. Let's have a look at this. Let me do the fibs. So we're coming into the golden pocket. We came into the golden pocket once. No, I did that wrong. Hold on. Let me just do that again. Sorry. That was the reverse. Let me do it the other way first. That's nice. Look. So there was a nice bounce off the golden pocket. That's quite bullish. The 50% is holding as support, and the 382 is holding as resistance. So you've got your major fib lines which are acting as support and resistance. Very similar to most tokens, to be honest with you. Nothing unusual. And then let me do from the top there. And then you've got your golden pocket there. So we are into resistance here, where the 382s correspond with both of these fibs. That's pretty strong resistance. So that's going to be your main SR flip, I think. This one. And then you've got your golden pocket up there where that's going to be quite big resistance as well. There. It's going to be quite big resistance up there. There's a little bit of a triangle going on here. See that? Let's come all the way back down to the bottom of this triangle. We're coming into the top. It's quite a nicely balanced, equal triangle. It's good that we're coming into the top, but we have this major SR flip to flip into support. It'll be very easy to see because you just have to take out that high to break this triangle, basically. That'll be very easy to see a change in this pattern. So you have a really higher time frame. This could be the 2 actually. Hold on. This could be another corrective part of this correction. So you could be like, this could be like a 5-wave correction, and this could be another 5-wave correction. Some kind of, effectively it's this one here, this Elliott triangle wave. Could be forming an Elliott triangle wave here after this corrective move. This looks like a 5-wave corrective move. This low here is really important, and we're above it right now. This pivot here is really important from a price perspective. Let me just put SR flip on that as well. See, it acted as resistance here. Here. Kind of back above it. Look at that. See? So that would be a very easy to see. It's a really small invalidation potentially if this SR flip holds, and that SR flip is going back to this low here put in on the 20th of July 21. If you want to fine-tune your analysis, if you look at where we are now, we're back above it there. So I mean, if you want a really easy invalidation, the problem is you're heading into resistance again, but there's a very easy invalidation now. Assuming the price wants to go up now, if this is it, then you're not expecting that. That doesn't work. And you have these local highs, which could potentially act as an SR flip on the local level as well. So this is actually quite good price action. Could it break? Yeah, it could break, take out that high. Maybe it will just pump, or maybe it will backtest, who knows, but potentially it will just pump. That's what seems to be happening when you clear these previous highs. That's quite nice. It's not too bad. We could be in a little bit of an impulse now. This could be it. Look how impulsive that is. Pulse. All right, let me have a look at some other things quickly. Let me put this with that. Create group of drawings. We need W. Put the fibs in there as well. keep these SR flips. So you have potentially 2 SR flips going on. The price is stuck, but I do like the price. I do like the fact that the price has come above this previous level. We haven't confirmed an actual flip yet. The way to know if it flips is just for the price to come back and back test it, just to kind of react off it on the back test. We haven't had that yet. And with crypto, it may not come because you may just be going up to do it higher up. Just can't predict it. But I can see that this resisted, offered some support here until it resisted here, and it resisted here. So now that we're coming above it, that's a good sign. It's quite a bullish sign, as long as the price doesn't come back underneath it. And then if it comes back underneath it, you could be forming something like that again, you know, so you have to be aware of that. But I like that the bottom of this triangle has been tested 3 times, and so now we're heading to the top part of the triangle. Is it going to test, or is it going to go through? Well, it's a good question. Potentially it's going to go through, because usually the third test is the one that you trade. You usually take the third test, and then the 4th one usually goes through. That being said, this bottom line was tested 4 times and the 4th time held. You see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, and we are making higher lows, but we are making lower highs here. So we have to see. It's quite an important area here to see what happens, but it'll be very easy to see a change. And from where we are now, the price further up to the high is about 16%. It might be worth waiting for this to happen, for something like that to happen. It might be worth, or if depends, because the other thing that I'm seeing is a V shape. This is a V shape recovery. It's very powerful price action, bullish price action, this V shape. So potentially you don't necessarily expect the price to come back underneath this high here. That would be not good. That would not be good. You don't want that. So this is actually quite good price action. Right. Let me have a look at the volume. So we have this higher range here. We just do a range pull of that. We go into the higher time frame. To there. Doesn't really matter, it's pretty much the same. And then obviously we're about to clear this range here. See this current range here, right? So we actually, this is really good. Look, see, we've come above the value area high of the current range, above a SR flip on a bullish V shape. This is quite good. This is quite strong. That's what you want to see. Very easy in validation now. Very easy, because you don't really want the price to come back under. And then potentially your trade is all the way up to the golden pocket. Potentially. That corresponds with the point of control of this previous range. That's where most of the liquidity was in the highs. So that's a very easy take profit and strong resistance level in the way. You have it there, right? So with the current price action, if you were to just buy with proper risk management, you're looking at a 1 to 18 trade on this trade. If this does that, and it's not a bad It's not bad risk to reward ratio because of where we are and what we've done. We've come above this value area high. We're above this previous low, which is an SR flip. We've recovered from this little V shape here, little V shape, back above the local highs. It's pretty good price action. We've tested this low multiple times and held, and we're making higher lows. So let's see if the price can now take out these highs. That will really be the test. You take out the highs, you back test this 382 as support, and then we're moving quite quickly to the 618. And the reason why we're going to move quickly is because the down move was quick as well. This down move was quick, and so if we do kind of confirm SR flips on the way up, then this move up to the 618 is going to be quite fast. And I don't even necessarily think this value area low is going to hold as resistance, because the price just went through it very easily. So it never really offered resistance. Why would it offer, I mean support, sorry. It never offered support, so why would it offer resistance? Like, it just, the price just ignored it. And I think the price will probably ignore it on the way up, and it will head higher once we break this pattern. If we do break this pattern, then you could go higher actually, because potentially you're drawing, you know, like look, that's what you're drawing now. That's, you could potentially overshoot, but that's going to be your major resistance to begin with, right? So you could potentially, you know, you could overshoot. It's possible. Don't know how that's going to play out, but there is something going on there. Targets, let me do some targets for you. And easy to do, because you can just do an extension from the high. To this low here, just do a fib extension and get up to 24 cents, and this trade becomes really profitable. And it becomes a 1 to 326 trade. That's really good. But, you know, like, you still have higher time frame liquidity levels. There's quite a lot in the way, so it's not going to be a straight run. You still have to get through all of these levels, these liquidity levels. There's going to be a lot of zigzagging on the way up potentially, and effectively what you want is, you want to flip the all-time high into support. When you flip that into support, then you're in price discovery, and it's off to the races basically. And this could extend. If this was to extend, then you're going up to the 1.618. That would be a really that would be quite overextended, but you're looking at 1 to 1013 risk to reward just from the current trade, based on the current invalidation, which is just this small invalidation here. And I think it's worth risking 1% for that. I mean, if the price goes down, you'll lose 1%, or even 0.5%, whatever you risk. You risk a small amount, and by the end you could be up at the top. I would take profit at the golden pocket. I would. And then if you're still bullish, you could just put that profit back in and compound it back in as if you get a pullback. If you get a pullback, you could put it back in. Maybe then it would hold the value area low. Maybe it'll ignore the value area low of this previous range when it goes up, and then when it comes back down, maybe then it will test it to go back up. And that might coincide with these previous highs. Like, you just don't know how the price is going to behave, and it just depends on Bitcoin. Let me see what else. Get rid of, let me hide these now. Let me hide that. Actually, I'll keep that. Get rid of that one and that one. I'll keep that triangle. Get rid of that long. Get rid of these. What's that way? This is my long trade. Let me hide these now. Look at that. It's nice. Perfect. That was a little bit of a front run of the mid channel here. And it completely ignored it there. Potentially a bit lower. So potentially a little bit lower. To that point there, and these were just overextended above the channel. I don't know, because you have a little bit of, there is a channel, and so actually, I mean, I usually take it to the highs, but I like the midpoint to line up with something. And so actually, if you take it to this pivot high here, then you've got the midpoint lining up nicely here and here. Kind of ignored it there. That drop was really bearish, so it kind of ignored everything. But on the way back up, that can be quite bullish. So possibly this, and then, you know, you still have, if it crosses, you still have, you know, you still have that. If it goes past it, you still have these two. You still clone that to have the further extent. And so if you time that with the Bitcoin timings, that's the bull market beginning, and potentially that's the end, roughly. And then alt season ends somewhere in March or April next year. And yeah, I mean, you could get up there to the 1.618. It's within reach, huh? Think about it. Don't know how it's going to get there, but look there. And that will land nicely with the top of this channel, which is kind of what you want. That's from the current price. It's 100x if it overextends. It's a lot. Got a bit of a GAN fan going on as well, and so we're just potentially breaking out of it. You look at the 3-1. This is from the all-time high to this bear market low. The 2 held as resistance. That's like a test. So we're kind of potentially breaking out of it now. That's quite nice. That's what you want to see. It'll break out that GAN, go to the 4-1, then to the 8-1, and then to the all-time high. It's kind of, that would be nice. All right. That wasn't bad.